CMS can be complicated and may seem like a mystery. My name is Mrs. Tita, and today I'm going to help explain the process. We have two TD teachers at Waddell. I'm here 2 days a week and focus on 4th and 5th grade math, support for non-TD high achievers in English, K-1 math support, our social emotional library testing, and compliance. Mrs. Powers is here 5 days a week. She teaches 3rd through 5th grade English, 2nd grade math and ELA, and 3rd grade math. She's also responsible for testing and compliance. In the picture, I'm on the left and Mrs. Powers is on the right. Our goals today are to quickly define giftedness, share information about the 2nd grade identification process, analyze the gifted identification rubric, and talk about opportunities to qualify outside of 2nd grade. CMS currently has 5 ways students can identify as gifted. Definitions align with state definitions. There are multiple pathways for identifying in a variety of capacities. Students will have multiple opportunities, both formal and informal, to demonstrate areas of strength. We will look more closely at the pathways later. Our district employs best practices in gifted identification. All students are screened and receive a minimum of 2 assessment opportunities. We utilize multiple criteria, including formal and informal opportunities. The process is comprehensive and aligned to our TD Catalyst service model. This flow map shows the timeline for our gifted screening process. The green signifies universal screening. Each student receives a minimum of COGAT plus GRS. Other opportunities are available once certain criteria are met. Gifted rating scales, shortened to GRS, are based on teacher observations. They identify possible traits of gifted learners in 6 different domains, including intellectual, academic, motivation, creativity, leadership, and artistic talent. The Cognitive Abilities Test, known as the COGAT, is an aptitude assessment that measures reasoning and problem-solving skills. There are 3 parts to this test: verbal, quantitative, and nonverbal. An ability profile is also provided to guide instruction and growth. The Iowa Test of Basic Skills, known as the Iowa or the ITBS, is an achievement test of both reading and math. In order to participate in this opportunity, students must score in the 77th percentile or above on the listed areas of the COGAT. Some students, based on defined criteria, will get the opportunity to participate in the portfolio process. The portfolio is an informal opportunity based on student work samples. The TD teacher will pull these students over a couple of months and introduce activities that give students the opportunity to demonstrate gifted traits and behaviors. That work portfolio is then scored by TD teachers throughout the district with a rubric. They are looking for potential giftedness in the areas of advanced language, analytical thinking, motivation, perseverance, leadership, perspective, sensitivity, humor, and creativity, artistic talent. In order to participate in the portfolio, students must meet one of the listed criteria. We use 77th percentile on COGAT and Iowa to capture all of the 7th, 8th, and 9th stanines, which show above average performance. This allows students to demonstrate gifted traits and abilities in another way to create a comprehensive learning profile. The GRS is used as first-range screening instrument. Teachers rate students via observational checklists in 6 domains. GRS scores are not used in isolation, they are used in combination. The higher the student's percentile on one or more of the gifted scales, the more likely the student is gifted. We use ranges in the very high probability and high probability categories to create more opportunities. When you look at the identification rubric on the next slide, you will see that students start earning points for aptitude and achievement scores in the 77th percentile or higher. Once a student identifies as gifted in any capacity, the process stops. We do not want to continue to test kids unnecessarily. There are multiple pathways for students to be identified as gifted. This is the rubric we use for identification. There are many pathways for identifying as gifted in CMS. If you'd like more time to look at it, you may pause now. Again, CMS currently has 5 ways students can identify as gifted. Definitions align with state definitions. There are multiple pathways for identifying in a variety of capacities. Students have multiple opportunities to demonstrate areas of strength. Reading over the pathways to identification will make the rubric make more sense. For the next few slides, I will move through and allow you to examine student scenarios. Feel free to pause the video so you have more time to study each scenario. After examining the scenarios, I will talk about identification outside of second grade and what to do if you still have questions. If your child does not qualify for TD services in second grade, they can be considered for rescreening after a period of 24 months. Each year, our TD site-based committee meets to look at existing data for all fourth and fifth graders. From that data, we determine which students will receive COGAT testing again in either fourth or fifth grade. You will be notified, typically in December, if your child qualifies for further testing. The screening window for testing outside of second grade typically occurs in January or February. Please note that CMS no longer accepts outside private testing for identification. Your classroom teacher should have also provided the link to a Google form. Please take a second to fill out the form so that we will have record of your watching the presentation. The Google form will also have a place for any additional questions you may have. Either Mrs. Powers or I will reach out to you as soon as possible to answer any questions raised. Thank you for attending our virtual information session. We hope this was helpful.